Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my top 10 favorite MCU movies from the Infinity Saga that just recently ended. A while back I did my top 10 favorite MCU characters, but I thought it'd be fun to tell you guys what my favorite movies are from the saga. And I have seen 22 out of the 23 movies. The only movie I have not seen is The Incredible Hulk, but I'm fine if I never watch that because Mark Ruffalo, who plays Bruce Banner now, did not play him in the movie. I don't even know who plays the Hulk in The Incredible Hulk, but I'm fine without seeing it. I know what basically happens to the Hulk, but I'm going to be telling you guys my top 10 out of the 22 I have watched. But before we get on the video, make sure to press that like button, comment down below what other videos you'd like to see, and subscribe to my channel. Turn that button from red to gray and click the bell to get notified when I post a video. Now, let's get on to my top 10 favorite MCU movies. Starting off at number 10 is the original Avengers, which came out in 2012, and this movie is basically just where Nick Fury gathers all the Avengers together: Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. And they basically just all come together to defeat Loki, but really it was Thanos, but they didn't really know that then, and they tried to defeat the Chitauri that came out of the sky, you know, the little worm things, and they defeat them. But I like this movie. It's the first Avengers, but I thought it was still good. Yeah, so that's basically it. I will watch the movie. It's not my favorite out of the 4 Avengers movies, and yeah, so that's why it's at number 10. Next up at number 9 is Black Panther, which came out in 2018. It's one of the more recent movies. And it's number 9. The first time I watched it, I was excited because of seeing Black Panther in Age of Ultron, I believe, which I think maybe is the first time you see Black Panther. I was really excited to watch the movie, and the first time I actually watched it was at school, and I really enjoyed watching it. I thought it was a really cool movie. It was basically where he becomes Black Panther, but I thought it was really cool. The scenery, like the background, like all that, like the whole set was very nice. I thought it was just really cool. It's not higher up probably just because there's other movies I enjoy more, but I still really enjoyed this movie. So I definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that's why it's at number 9. Next up at number 8 is Avengers Age of Ultron, which came out in 2015, and this is the second Avengers movie, and it's basically where Tony Stark creates this like peacekeeping machine thing, which kind of turns out to be evil, Ultron, and basically they try to defeat it, and along the way they meet one of my favorite characters, actually my number 1 favorite character, Scarlet Witch, or Wanda Maximoff, and her twin brother, Pietro, I think, yeah. And basically, I enjoyed this movie. I liked it better than the original Avengers, but I don't know. I liked watching this movie, but it's not one that I'd like to watch over and over again, but I still recommend it. But basically, a lot of things happen, and yeah, that's how we're introduced to the Maximoff twins, and basically they just try to save the universe, which I believe is like every Avengers movie, but yeah, that's why it's at number 8. Next up at number 7 is Spider-Man Homecoming, which is the first Spider-Man movie, and it came out in 2017, and this is the first solo movie for Spider-Man, and basically it just shows Peter Parker. He's kind of still learning how to be a superhero, and he's trying to save the world, but he learns that it's best right now to just be the neighborhood-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I like this movie. I really like Tom Holland. I love the character Spider-Man, and so that's why it's on my list, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's why it's at number 7. Alright, now at number 6, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp, which came out in 2018, and this is the second Ant-Man movie, and I really enjoyed this one more than the first one, basically because I liked having the Wasp with Ant-Man. I liked them as a dynamic duo, like fighting together. I don't know, I really enjoyed, I thought their dynamic duo, that's probably one of my favorites, one of my favorite duos to fight together. But yeah, I really liked this movie, and that's pretty much it. I really liked it better than the Ant-Man movie, and I really like the duo together, which is why it's at number 6. We are down to our top 5, and at number 5 is Captain America Civil War, which came out in 2016. And this is my favorite out of the 3 Captain America solo movies, although I don't know if I'd count this as a solo movie for Captain America, just because, like, all of the Avengers are there. And so, yeah, but I have it ranked really high up, or in the middle, at number 5, because, I don't know, it's like, it's different from the other Avengers movies where they were, like, fighting others together, but in this case they were fighting each other, and I thought that was kind of, like, not cool, because it's, I mean, it's not good that the Avengers are against each other, but it's something you don't see all the time, is a movie where you have Iron Man's team and Captain America's team, and they're fighting each other, like, literally to the death almost. And also, this is the first movie that you see Peter Parker in Spider-Man, which is also cool. So that's why it's at number 5. I just think it's a really cool movie. Next up at number 4 is Spider-Man Far From Home, which came out in 2019, and this is the most recent Marvel movie right now. Black Widow was supposed to come out, but it still hasn't come out. I think it's coming out in November, but this is the latest movie right now, and I really enjoyed this. I liked it better than the first Spider-Man solo movie, but I really enjoyed this one. There might be some spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I like how we're introduced to Mysterio, which we thought was a good guy, but then he turned out being the villain, and then you kind of see Peter Parker, like, almost not fighting with himself, but he knows that now that he's without Tony Stark, he really doesn't know what to do, and I don't know, it's just really sad at some parts, but I also love that he gets together with MJ, and they kiss, and they get together, and yeah, it's just a great movie, and I really enjoyed it, so yeah, that's why it's at number 4. Next up at number 3 is Thor Ragnarok, which is the 3rd Thor solo movie, and this is my favorite Thor movie, and I don't know, it's just, I recently watched this movie again on Disney Plus, and I didn't realize how much I enjoy it. Like, I think the scenery is, like, so aesthetically pleasing. Like, it's so nice to watch. I love that Thor gets a haircut, although he grows it back in ENDGAME, so, but I like that he gets a haircut in this movie, because I like the short hair better than the long hair. I also like that he teams up with the Hulk in this movie, and I'm a fan of the Avengers, and, yeah, I just really enjoyed this movie. It came out in 2017, and, yeah, I just really enjoyed this movie. Now moving on to number 2, I have Avengers Infinity War, which came out in 2018. This is the 3rd Avengers movie, and I really enjoyed this movie. We see the Avengers, I don't know how to word it, Avengers are assembling together, but they're not all together yet, because there's still some tension from Civil War, and so they're still not really together, but they're there's characters that are working together in different places, like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange are together, you know, and they eventually team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, while you have Captain America, Black Widow, the Winter Soldier pairing with Black Panther, and so there's just a lot of assembling going on, but they haven't quite assembled together. But I really enjoy this movie. It's not the first time you see Thanos, but it's the first, like, main role he has, where he's, like, the main villain of the movie. And I don't know, I enjoy watching, like, the battle scenes. I think it's just really cool. And unfortunately, why it's not ranked number 1 is because of the ending. I'm not upset because I really enjoyed Endgame, but I wish it would have ended a little happier. But it was a sad ending because they ended up losing. Thanos snapped his fingers, and 50% of all living things dusted away. And yeah, I was really sad to watch all the characters, like, kind of dust away, but they came back. But that's why Infinity War is at number 2. Alright, lastly, number one, you probably guessed it already, is Avengers Endgame. And this came out in 2019. It's the most recent Avengers movie. It's the fourth one. And mostly the top reason it's at number one is, first of all, it's just a great movie. Second of all, it's long, so there's a lot to watch. Third of all, I can watch it like over and over again and still cry at the end, which I think it's good. Like, if you can watch a movie over and over and still feel the same emotions that you felt the first time you watched it, I think that's a good movie. And I just really enjoy that finally all the Avengers assemble together, like all of them assemble together. There are a lot of amazing scenes that happen in the movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it and skipping ahead to the end, because I'm about to drop some spoilers if you haven't watched it. Some of the best scenes for me are, first of all, when Captain America gets the hammer. I mean, we kind of got foreshadowing of it in Age of Ultron when they all try to pick up the hammer and Captain America is the only one who can move it, like, moves a little bit. And so it was exciting to see him finally, like, deemed worthy of the hammer. And then I also liked when all the Doctor Strange circles opened up and everyone came in. That is just like a really like powerful moment. I still get like goosebumps every time I watch that. And yeah, those are some really great scenes, and there are a lot more, which is why it's at number one, because of how many amazing scenes there are, and I can watch it over and over again and still feel the same emotions I felt the first time I watched it. It's just a really great movie, so that's why it's at number one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to press that like button. Comment down below what your favorite Marvel movie is, and subscribe to my channel. Turn that button from red to gray and click the bell to get notified when I post a video. That's all for today, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye!